What time did you see these people?
Approximately 9:15 a.m. this morning.
Could you tell me how you made the apprehension?
Well, we was going east on Main Street here in Bethany, and we noticed this light blue Ford going west on the opposite side of the Meridian there. And also noticed a tag. It looked like an Oklahoma tag, but a Georgia tag looks the same way. They're the same color. So we decided we'd check it and see if it was a tag that was wanted, that the Highway Patrol had put out a radiogram that was wanted for murder marking saw.
Were you pretty positive when you first saw that car that these were the people you were after?
No, sir, we wasn't sure at all. Although the tag matched the Oklahoma tag, we thought we'd better check it out anyhow. So we wheeled around and caught him at the red light.
The lady had a automatic pistol in her purse, and the man had a .38 revolver in his belt. However, they give no resistance whatsoever. They will refuse to talk, will not give any information whatsoever. However, we confronted them with the fact that we found all the blood in the back of the car, but they still refused any information, and when asked any questions, they'll answer by stating no comment. That's the only information we have from them.
Did they make any resistance when you arrested them?
No, sir.
What did they do?
Well, they just got out of the car, and we walked around to the back of the car and immediately handcuffed them with their hands behind them. And the lady was driving. Lester was handling her, and the man was on my side. He had a loaded .38 sticking right here inside his coat. Of course, he never did have a chance to use that. I had the sawed-off shotgun with his backbone. He had his hand on top of his head, and we finally got the handcuffs on him and brought him into the station.
And don't want any less emphasis on football at OU. Sure. And you know, man, Oklahoma wouldn't say that. No, but maybe that we ought to de-emphasize some things that we've placed lots of emphasis on. Actually, football at OU, I think, has been a great asset to that institution in the state of Oklahoma. But of course, football is not the only thing that we teach down there.
If you are a young man or woman of college age, chances are good that you will leave Oklahoma after graduation to seek employment or to practice the profession for which you've been trained. This fact has created tremendous social and economic problems for our state. The greatest problem of all is now becoming apparent. Too many old people and not enough young people in the population. To a certain extent, this is true over the entire country. The proportion of people over 60 is growing because more people are being saved at birth, and better medical treatment and nutrition keep them alive past the allotted biblical span of 70 years. But in Oklahoma, the problem is especially acute. This state was settled only a half-century ago by young, vigorous pioneers, thousands of them. Now 50 years has passed, and those original settlers who are still alive and their children are in the over 65 age group. Time was when the lifespan in this country was 40 years. That was around the turn of the century when diphtheria, smallpox, influenza, and other diseases cut down thousands every year. Today, those diseases have all but been eliminated. Certainly, they are not the scourges they once were. Today, heart disease, cancer, and cerebral hemorrhage are the major killers. They are chronic diseases, and they have defied positive cure in most cases. They are the diseases common to a society in which the tempo of living is high, in which more people are kept alive by immunization to the old killer diseases. They are the diseases of old age. The State Health Department has just released its 1957 figures on deaths from heart disease, cancer, and cerebral hemorrhage. Let's take a look at them. Two important facts are revealed by these charts. One is optimistic, the fact that Oklahoma doesn't have as many deaths from heart disease, cancer, or cerebral hemorrhage as the United States this past year. But the most pessimistic fact is that Oklahoma's rate of increase over the past 10 years in heart disease is 33 9/10%, while in the United States it was only 5 8/10%. In other words, heart disease is increasing at a faster rate in Oklahoma by 6 times than the United States, by 3 times in cancer, by 5 times in cerebral hemorrhage. What are the reasons? Old age, as I've mentioned, is one. Soft living and lack of exercise lead to overweight, which in turn is a factor in heart disease and cerebral hemorrhage. No one is sure what causes cancer, but work is being done. Some doctors are working seriously on the thesis that cancer is a virus disease which can be treated with chemicals. And there's another factor too, a more prosaic one. Officials at the health department call for better reporting of cases, earlier identification, more accurate statistics. What can be done to hold down the rise of these killing diseases? Well, the same things we've heard all along. Early identification, better education about these diseases, frequent and regular checkups by your doctor. Follow your doctor's advice about weight control. Remember, you are the person who can whip these diseases, diseases which cause more deaths than all America's wars.